All right, this video came out of necessity. I'm trying to resize my Citizen watch and resize the band or the strap, and I have the proper tools, all the necessary probes or whatever you call those. This tool, which I bought on Amazon, and so on. And this thing that you put the strap in. But I came after removing the pin, which, as all videos that are abundant out there tell you, if you see this arrow here, right here, that's the direction that you want to push the pin out when you want to remove or open the bracelet. So the arrow is pointing this way, it's pointing left, which means that using the pin extraction tool, this tool, I would basically push that pin out. I'm going to save you time because there's plenty of videos out there that show you how to remove a link. What I didn't find is one that explains what to do after you've done that and you realize that the pin is held together in the bracelet with a sort of, what is it called, a collar pin. This little tiny thing here, which, if you're lucky and you don't lose it, and you realize that, okay, it fell out of the bracelet, now what? I didn't find any instructions about what to do with it and how to put it back in, at least not any that I could follow in any way. Anyway, so like I said, I'm going to skip the part of removing the link. I have already, which one was it? I've already removed, here it is. I've already removed the pin. Again, there's enough videos out there to show you how to do that, so I'm not going to focus on that. What I didn't see were videos to tell you how to put it back together, since if you dropped that little collar and you don't know how to reset it or reassemble it, you will end up with a pin that would basically fall off as you move around, will just slip out of the hole there, and eventually you will find your watch falling on the floor. So what do we need to do to get this back properly? And I realize maybe what I'm showing you is wrong. Maybe there is an even more appropriate way or right way to do this, but I have not found any video on YouTube that shows that. So I eventually kind of figured it out, and I thought, you know what? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there in my situation who are stuck with an open bracelet and don't know and can't find any useful videos how to get back to a functioning bracelet that is secure. So maybe what I figured out is wrong, but it looks to be correct, and this is what I'm going to show you. If anybody thinks of a better way to do this, by all means let me know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take for lack of a better word for my own vocabulary, I'll just call this like a pin pusher. I'm going to take the little collar. I'm going to put it over the pin pusher. As you can see, the tip here, if I move the collar back and forth, you see that it's held by that tool. I'm going to hold it a bit upright like that, just so it doesn't slide down due to gravity. And the key here is, which I just figured out, the key here is forget about the link that has the outer, whatever you call these, okay? look for the link that only has these inner ones, these two. And then look for the wider hole. And if I look at this, you can just do trial and error. You can take the tool and try to put that link in there, that collar in there, and you can see that it doesn't go in. And I want to make sure I don't drop it. Turn it the other way. In this case, it goes perfectly in. All right. Now, the key thing here is remove the tool without removing the whatchamacallit, the collar. So I'm going to slowly, you can see that they're separating. I'm going to push it in as much as I can, and with my fingernails, thank goodness I didn't cut them yet, I'm going to slide the tool out while leaving the collar inside. Just to show you, I'm going to turn it over. You can see the collar right there. You see the collar in that hole? It's sitting there. You want to make sure not to turn the bracelet in a way that would make that collar fall. So just hold it parallel to the floor. So now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to take the other side of the bracelet and I'm going to connect the two. This might take a bit of jiggling because if the collar sticks out a little, these are very tight tolerances, so you might need to align them a little. There you go. Now it's closed. Now I'm going to take the watch original bracelet pin that was in there. I'm going to slide it in opposite to where the collar is, as far as it will go. Now the link is holding itself. If we take a look at the arrows back on the inside of the strap or the bracelet, you can see that this is the direction we pushed the pin out, right? Right to left. That's the arrow showing us go left. So we pushed it from this side. We pushed it from here and out. So we're going to basically just punch it back in the opposite direction, from left to right instead of from right to left. So just one more time. Arrow is pointing left. We're going to push it in the opposite direction of the arrow over this foundation, whatever it's called, that helps align it. I'm going to start off with the metal to metal part. I'm just going to give a couple of taps just to see that I'm going in the right direction. And it looks like I'm on the right direction because, as you can see, the pin pushed in and already the pin is not moving as it did freely. So even if I left it like this, which I'm not going to obviously, but it's already secured in place thanks to the collar. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to tap a couple of more times, and then I'm going to turn to the nylon side of the hammer. So I run less of a risk of damaging the strap surface. Maybe I'll turn the watch this way. Okay, so this is the pin sticking out. You can see it. Oops. You can see it here, and I'm trying to drive it in or drive it through. Which way do I want to align this? Would this work? Let's see. Just trying to have the least amount of leverage, potentially pushing the bracelet and maybe twisting. Okay, that's, if you look at the other pins, which I didn't take out, you can see that the one that I just got in is pretty much the same depth as the other pins. So I'm gonna just compare the other side and looks fine. Maybe I can go another little bits. We don't want to overdo it, primarily because that collar, it's all friction based, and we don't want to cause the holes of the bracelet to expand too much by forcing the pin too far in along with the bracelet that's now potentially going to widen the holes. So I'm just gonna sink it in a little bit more just because my OCD. Am I aligned on it? I think that's a bit better. Let's see that. Can we see it? Yeah. Again, we're looking at the other one. I'll run my fingernail over it. No, I can't feel it protruding or anything. Another thing we can do to sink it in a little bit deeper, we can take the pin removal tool and just use it in the opposite direction to opening the pins to push that pin out. I'm going to use, this tool has an adjustable sort of shelf that you can raise and lower to align the holes better. So I'm just going to use that to my advantage here. I'm going to use that to push a little bit on the pin. I'll have better access from the opposite direction. So I'm just going to turn the strap over, the bracelet over, and right here is where I want to push. Maybe lower the, whatever you call that platform, a little bit more. Have less of a chance of making the hole oval or otherwise damaging the bracelet. So yeah, I'm just going in. I feel a little bit of resistance, so I know I'm not straight in the hole. Okay, that is just perfect for me. It's nicely sunk in there. That is just perfect for me. Let's check the fit of the strap now. It's actually smaller than I would like it, so thankfully now that I know how to manipulate this from start to finish, it's not a problem for me to add another link and figure out how to ensure that it's properly secured. Anyway, I hope this video is useful for you. Thank you. Good luck.